Good morning. What does loyalty mean to you? How loyal is your customer base to you? What are your expectations and what really happens? If you get upset every time a customer that you've serviced well, always delivered what you promised, had a great relationship, and they leave you anyway, you're missing the point. 20% of all your satisfied, you delivered the product customers are going to leave you anyway. Why is that? I'll tell you what I think. I think it's the decline of ethics, mores, and I'll just talk about the United States. Think about television. Think about from TV shows like Father Knows Best to any of the popular television shows. Now it's all about disrespect for parents. Dads and moms are stupid. Kids know everything. That's a decline in standards. All right? So over 50 years, TV has been training people to be less and less committed to their commitments. They don't have to be. They've gone into an agreement with the society that I can change my mind anytime I want. It is true that you can change your mind anytime you want, but it's not true that you should. As a business owner, you try to create satisfied, ecstatic, happy, enthusiastic clients with your valuable final products. But sometimes they leave you anyway. And why is that? Culture we live in, and you're part of it. You are part of it. You've participated in allowing this drivel on TV and movies to exist. Why? Because you got a little moment of pleasure out of the change. Well, how'd you feel when one of your valuable customers left you? And then you had to sit and listen in your customer service follow-up to all the stories that they made up about the why. I had a call with a guy yesterday who I'd done 3 projects with, and he called me to hire him for the 4th, and he said, I've got a competitor that will do your same work for half the price. Now, I really want to do business with you, but I don't like your price. I said, okay. I hear the price objection a lot, and the simplest answer for that is everyone who's ever hired me gave me that price objection right before they hired me. A Grant Cardone close. So what happens? He's not signing the contract. He's not starting. And every time I talk to him, there's something else in the past that he was unhappy with. So finally he called me yesterday, or he called me and said, I still don't like your price. Okay. What do you think is fair to you and to me? He says, well, let me give it a couple of days and I'll call you back. Didn't call me back. So I knew instinctively that something was going on in his mind and it wasn't good news for me. So I called him finally. He says, well, I did some research and I found that this guy that worked for you was the real problem. It wasn't you. You didn't do it. This guy that worked for you, and he didn't produce all my documents or provide all my information. I had to do all the work. And for that reason, the pin was about to drop. I've hired someone else. Okay. You're right. Go ahead. You lying piece of shit. No, I didn't say that. You can tell when things are going bad, when someone's just stringing you along to make himself feel better about he had already made a decision and he wanted me to think that he was struggling with that decision. He wasn't struggling with that decision. He had already made that decision. And this was the guy that I'd done several projects for and always delivered what I promised. SW, SW, SW. Next. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. And that's why you fill your pipeline. So that interaction doesn't kill you. If you want some help with that, call 916-691-9192 and find out why people say you should call Tom.